Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. You are not ready for what just happened because this changes everything. So here's the situation, and honestly, it's one of those moments where you can literally feel the tension through the screen. Jacob is gone, not just physically gone but emotionally distant, trying to shut everything down, trying to convince himself that walking away was the right thing to do. And Naomi, she is left behind, trying to pick up the pieces of a relationship that completely shattered in front of her. But then something happens, something neither of them planned for, something that flips the entire story upside down. Naomi discovers she is pregnant, and just like that, everything they thought was over isn't over anymore. Now imagine being in her position for a second. She had just started convincing herself that she could survive without him, that she didn't need Jacob to move forward. She was trying to reveal herself, trying to be strong, trying to stand on her own 2 feet again. And then life throws this at her, a child, a connection to Jacob that she can never undo, no matter how far apart they drift. And the way she reacts, it's so real, so raw. She is not calm, she is not composed, she is overwhelmed. She puts her hand on her stomach, trying to process what this even means. And you can just feel the weight of that moment. It's not just news, it's a life altering reality crashing down all at once. I have to tell him, she says. And that right there, that's the turning point. Meanwhile, Jacob is across town. And let me tell you, he's not okay. He's sitting alone in a bar, staring at a drink he hasn't even touched. That detail alone says everything. He's not there to relax, he's not there to have fun. He's there to escape, to drown out the memories, the guilt, the heartbreak, because walking away didn't fix anything. It didn't make the pain disappear. If anything, it made it worse. He keeps replaying everything in his head. Every word Naomi said, every accusation, every look on her face. And you can tell he didn't leave because he stopped loving her. He left because he didn't know how to stay. He didn't know how to fix something that felt completely broken. And then his phone buzzes. And when he sees her name, Naomi, everything stops. The moment, that hesitation, it's so powerful. Because part of him wants to ignore it. Part of him is like, no, don't go back there. Don't reopen that wound. But then there's that gut feeling that something is different this time. And he answers. The conversation is short, but it says everything. Naomi's voice is shaky, almost fragile, and you can instantly tell this isn't just another emotional call. Something is wrong. I need to see you. No explanation, no details, just urgency. And Jacob, he doesn't even argue. He doesn't hesitate for long. The second he hears that tone in her voice, he's like, I'm on my way. That's right there tells you how much he still cares. Now back at the state, Naomi is pacing like her entire world is about to collapse, which in a way it is. She's rehearsed this moment in her head over and over again, trying to find the right words. But how do you even say something like this? How do you look someone in the eye and tell them their life is about to change forever? How do you ask someone to come back after everything that's already been broken between you? And when Jacob finally walks in, you can feel that tension instantly. The way he looks at her, the concern on his face, it's like all the anger, all the distance just fades for a second because he can tell something is seriously wrong. Naomi, what's going on? And she freezes. All those words she practiced, gone. All that preparation, useless. Because in moments like this, it's not about perfect words, it's about raw emotion. Jacob starts to get scared. You can hear it in his voice. He steps closer, asking her why she called him like that, telling her she's scaring him. And Naomi finally admits something that hits harder than anything else she could have said. I didn't know who else to turn to. That line, wow. Because despite everything, the arguments, the breakup, the pain, he's still the person she turns to when things fall apart. And when Jacob says, you can always turn to me, you can see the shift. That well between them starts to crack just a little. But then Naomi breaks down, the tears come uncontrollable, and you just know this is it. This is the moment everything changes. Jacob, I need you to come back, and he's completely thrown off. He's like, wait, what? Because in his mind, they're done, it's over. There's no going back. So hearing her say that, it shakes him. But she doesn't stop there. She rushes through her words almost like she's afraid she's lose the courage. If she pauses, she acknowledges everything the fight, the things they said, the damage that's been done, but she begs him to just listen. And then comes the moment I'm pregnant silence. And I mean complete silence. Jacob just stares at her like his brain can't even process what he just heard. He can almost see the exact second where reality hits him, but it takes time. He repeats it back to her, like maybe if he says it out loud, it will make more sense. You were what? And Naomi confirms it. Tests, doctor, everything, there is no mistake. And this is where it gets intense because Jacob doesn't react the way you might expect. There is no immediate joy, no excitement, it's shock, pure shock. His mind is racing, trying to catch up with this massive shift in his reality. A baby, his baby, and you can see all these emotions flooding in at once fear, confusion, disbelief, and underneath it all, something deeper that he hasn't fully processed yet. Naomi is watching him, and every second he stays silent is breaking her heart even more. She literally begs him to say something because that silence is unbearable, and when he finally speaks, he admits the truth. I don't know what to say. That honesty, it's painful, but it's real. Naomi doesn't expect him to have all the answers. She's not asking for perfection. She's asking for presence, for support, for him to not walk away this time. I can't do this alone. And now Jacob is torn. Because this isn't just about their relationship anymore, this isn't just about hard feelings or broken trust, this is bigger than both of them now. But he still questions it. He asks her, you think this changes things? And Naomi responds, it's so grounded. He doesn't pretend that this magical fixes everything. She doesn't try to erase the past, she just acknowledges the truth. It doesn't erase anything, but it changes what's at stake. And when she looks at him and says, there is a child involved, your child, you can feel the weight of those words hit him like a wave. Then she does something really important. She makes it clear she is not trying to trap him. She gives him an out. She tells him if he doesn't want to be with her, she will accept it. But she asks one thing, don't walk away from this. And that vulnerability, that honesty, that's what finally breaks through his walls. For the first time since he walked in, you see him soften. He steps closer, his voice changes, and he asks her why she didn't tell him sooner. And her answer, it's heartbreaking, because I was scared. Scared of his reaction, scared he would leave again. And when Jacob says he never wanted to hurt her, you can feel the guilt in that moment because whether he meant to or not, he did. I know she says, but you did. That line, it cuts deep. But it's also necessary because this isn't about pretending everything is okay. It's about facing the truth, no matter how painful it is. And then we get to the question that really matters. Are you going to be here or are you going to leave again? That's it. That's the moment of truth. Jacob looks at her, really looks at her, and then he looks at her hand resting on her stomach. And you can see the shift. Everything changes in that moment because this isn't just about him anymore. This is about a future, and finally he makes a decision. I'm not going anywhere. And Naomi, you can feel the relief wash over her instantly. She needs to hear him say it again just to be sure. And he does. He admits he doesn't have all the answers. He admits he doesn't know what this is going to look like. But one thing is clear, he is not abandoning her, he is not abandoning their child. And when she steps into his arms, holding onto him like she's afraid he might disappear again, it's such a powerful moment. But here's the thing, even in that embrace, everything isn't magically fixed. The cracks are still there, the pain is still there, because love alone isn't enough to erase what they have been through. And that's what makes this so compelling. Because now we are left with this huge question, what happens next? This baby could bring them back together, it could give them a reason to rebuild, to heal, to try again, or it could make everything even more complicated. It could bring all their unresolved issues to the surface and push them even farther apart. And honestly, that's what makes this storyline so addictive. It's not just about romance anymore, it's about responsibility, it's about growth, it's about whether two people who hurt each other can actually find a way forward when there's so much more at stake. Personally, I think Jacob made the right choice by staying. Walking away again would have destroyed whatever chance they had left, not just as a couple, but as co parents. But staying, that's just the first step. The real challenge is everything that comes after. Because now they have revealed trust. They have to communicate, they have to face everything they tried to run from, and let's be honest, that's not going to be easy. Not in Fairmont Crest, not for them. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Jacob and Naomi can actually make this work? Or is this baby going to make things even worse between them? And if we were in Jacob's position, would you have stayed? Drop your thoughts in the comments because the story is far from over. And if you are loving these deep dives and emotional breakdowns, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update.